Okay, so now I'm going to start talking about my time at the eating disorder clinic at U of M. And I'm kind of just going to start off with talking about my first couple of days there. So, the very first day, I came down the stairs, and I think it was on a Monday or a Tuesday, I don't really remember. And I just looked at my mom, I was like, Mom, I missed the bus. Like, what's up with that? Like, why didn't you get me up and, like, at least take me to school? Like, why? And she's like, Elena, you're not going to school today. You have a doctor's appointment. And I was like, okay, nothing new. When am I going to be back for school? And she said, you're not going back to school, Elena. We're going to U of M. And I was like, huh, oh, shoot. So when we got there, the first couple of days it was mostly just like introduction, kind of just getting all the paperwork filled out, getting you accustomed to everything, how it all works. And we got our caseworker, which she's like the therapist, like was for me, my mom and dad. And personally, I actually really liked her. Like we kind of connected. And I'm really thankful for that because I could have been stuck with someone else that was just like, blech. So I was really actually thankful for that, to have her in that process. So yeah, the first couple of days really were just like getting you introduced and all of that. Okay, so now I'm kind of there's a lot to talk about with the treatment clinic, so I'll try to sort this out and do it in as much sense as possible. So every morning I had to, because we drove there every single day, it was Monday through Friday, and it started at 7 a.m. and we got out at 1:30 p.m. and we ate breakfast there, we had a snack, and then we had lunch. And then there might have been another snack after that, but I honestly can't really recall. And anyway, so since we drove there every single day, we had to get up at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. So that was really painful, but honestly, I got used to that really quick. And I slept in the car on the way there, so that wasn't really that terrible. So when we got there, you kind of just like sit in a little waiting room area, and at 7 o'clock, all of the parents go back, because I was with a bunch of other girls, and I'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. So all of the other parents at 7 a.m. went back into like the kitchen area and prepared our breakfast for us, because like we're not allowed, there's like we weren't allowed to like be around and submersed in that situation. So parents went back and they made breakfast, and then they came and got us, and then we would go back, and I think we had like 45 minutes for breakfast. And like if we finished way before that, which I usually did, because if I'm being honest, my whole time there I had the idea of fake it till you make it. So I was just on my best behavior because I was being fake, if I'm being honest. And my mom was just like, you don't behave like this at home. Why are you being so good here? And my reasoning for that was, if I be good, I can get out of here faster and I can be a jerk again and keep doing what I was doing. So that's how I did it. And so like when we were done eating breakfast, like I was saying, when we were done eating breakfast, we could play cards and puzzles, and I like really enjoy doing puzzles and playing cards now, like, and that's kind of why, like, that's how I got into it. Is because when I was at the clinic, that's always what we did after meals, is we like I'd play cards with my parents or do a puzzle. So that was actually kind of fun, not gonna lie. And then too, sometimes they would have music playing, so it was semi-relaxful. I mean, they tried not to make it stressful, but I mean, you're eating food that you really don't want to eat, so the stress is already kind of there. And for me, it was like, I felt more stress when I was sitting there looking at it rather than when I would, like, if I just hurry up and ate it. It's kind of weird. Like, I didn't feel as stressed out I guess. Like, I'd feel more stress before the meal than I would after. Oh, and then they would also give us like these little sheets, like kind of like little whiteboards that were laminated, and we had to fill them out. And they asked a bunch of questions, like I think you rated it on like a scale of 1 to 10 on like how stressed out you were that meal, how you were feeling, just kind of like questions like that. And I used to always draw like pictures on the back, and they would always really like that. And so after breakfast, we would either, so if it was Monday, we would do something called nutrition group, and I actually really liked that. I found that like very helpful to hear about, like, we kind of talked about, you know, what your body needs and like why it's so important to eat and just stuff like that. And I actually forgot this time, but I think maybe next time I still have all of my papers and everything from U of M, and I'll bring them out here and I'll either show you guys or just read off of them. So anyways, so after nutrition group was once a week, and that was just on Mondays. And then we had a lot of different types of therapies. We had CRT, CBT, and DBT. I don't remember what CRT stands for or DBT. I'm gonna look that up after. But CBT is, I think that's cognitive behavioral therapy. And if I'm being honest, I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like any of the therapy stuff. I don't know why, but I just didn't really like it that much. And then something I really, really liked though was relaxation group. Oh, that was so much fun. I really liked it because that was basically just project time, and you could just do little projects, and like you could paint and color, and it was just so much fun. Like, I'm really bad at like art type of stuff, but it was still fun just to like sit with the other girls and just talk and relax, you know, and just like color, picture, paint, do little, I mean, sometimes we made like little projects, and that was super fun. Like, I really liked that. And then sometimes we would watch movies, and I fell asleep usually because I was so tired. So in the rooms, a lot of times they would have like bean bags, and I just passed out in those every single time. And I mean, I think like each group session was around 45 minutes to an hour, I think. I don't really recall. And then on Wednesdays, we had something called flower therapy, and that was really up my alley. Like, I absolutely loved that. And that was, we went down to part of the hospital. It was like, it wasn't part of like the actual eating disorder clinic, but like we would like get together in our group, and one of the like social workers would take us down to the part of the hospital that did it. And we would put together like little flowers, like little flower bouquets, and it was so fun. And like the ones that you didn't take home, they would give them to people in the hospital to cheer them up. And that was super fun. Like, I actually loved that. And then other days we did, like they had little painting projects where you could like paint little wood crafts, and that was really fun. So as stressful as it was, a lot of the stuff that we did, I really liked it. Just the one thing I hated was the food part of it, you know, like that was just that was bad. But, oh, and another thing to add, my parents, they didn't bring food from home. Like, they were given a menu to fill out, and you ate food that was from the hospital. So, just to think about that, I guess. Oh, and after every single meal, we washed our because we washed our hands so much, my hands were literally raw, like, just from washing our hands so much. They're raw. But they were clean though, so that's okay. That's alright. Okay. So that's gonna be it for this video. But, as you know, there will be more.